I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. I'm a Christian. I have a lot of reasons. I love people. In fact, with evangelicals in Iowa, it just came out, I'm #1 at 29, substantially ahead of anyone else. I'm happy about that. You know why? That's the reason.
Presidential candidate Donald Trump, vying for the evangelical vote, held a closed-door meeting yesterday at 3 o'clock with religious leaders at Trump Tower. Fox News contributor Pastor Robert Jeffress was inside the boardroom. He joins us right now live. Good morning to you, Pastor.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good
Thanks
to be
for
with
being
you
with
all.
us. So what came of it?
Well, it was a fascinating meeting. It was supposed to go 1 hour. It went 2 hours. We talked about everything from Kim Davis and religious liberty to the shutdown of the government for Planned Parenthood to Russia, Syria, ISIS. And I tell you, anybody who was in that meeting would have left there, first of all, impressed by his great charisma, by his grasp of the issues, but also the fact that he's in it to win it. And I'm not here to endorse any candidate, but I'm telling you, anyone who discounts or dismisses Donald Trump does so at their own peril.
What were your concerns going into it? What did you want to address with him in terms of concerns, and was he responsive to it?
I had the first question, and I asked him very respectfully, because he's been very nice to me and reaching out to me. I asked him about the personal attacks, and I said, you know, I feel like a lot of people are asking me, what about these attacks? They seem to be beneath his stature. And he explained to me, I didn't know if I was going to get thrown out of the 26th floor of Trump Tower for asking that or not. But he was very gracious. He said that was counterpunching in his viewpoint, so we went back and forth on that. But what was interesting was the reaction of the other pastors. They kind of started jumping on me for asking the question, saying, we don't want him to dial it back. That's who he is.
So they like that.
They like that. And what it said to me is a lot of the evangelicals supporting Donald Trump aren't expecting that Trump's going to start holding Bible studies in the Oval Office. They just want somebody who's going to solve problems.
So ultimately, since he's in a boardroom full of pastors, he wants to get your opinion. From your viewpoint, Pastor, is Donald Trump religious enough for you?
You know what? I think after 7 years of Barack Obama, the threshold of expectation has been lowered. A lot of evangelicals aren't looking for a president who's one of them. They just want a president who doesn't hate them like the current occupant of the Oval Office does. And so I think the fact that he at least makes an attempt at evangelicals and says he likes them is probably good enough for a lot.
Are you talking about the war on faith that we're facing right now in the country?
He is very aware of it. He talked about religious liberty and talked about the fact that the way to preserve religious liberty is by Supreme Court appointees. All of these battles are being fought in the courts right now, and he wants justices who understand religious liberty.
And before you go, we should point out that you asked, before you left the boardroom, you asked Mr. Trump, is it okay if I reveal some of the things we talked about?
I did. I'm not talking out of turn. I said, what can we say? He said, you can say anything you want to, but I'd like you to add that you're for Trump, if you will.
All right, very good. Robert Jeffress down in Dallas, thanks for joining us here on the Kirby Couch.
Great to see you
Thank you.
guys.
It's great to have you here.